So today, my blog or vlog post is about romance. Why is it so amazing? Why do women love romance so much? And I've recently been thinking about that because there was a call for papers in York for a conference coming up. And I would love to put forth something that is exceptional, that's beyond the stereotype and the cliches. And in order to do that, I need help. I need feedback. Recently, I met with a friend of mine, a best friend, who is also an author, but she specifically deals in cozies or murder mysteries that would be equivalent to sweet versus erotica. She does. Agatha Christie was one of her inspirations, but she writes cozies that are pretty interesting with a bit of flair, that aren't just about women who own tea shops or antique stores. But the point is, she's not a big romance reader. And so I asked her about that, and I specifically want to base my ideas about romance about America and the Regency period. At this particular time, the genre of Regency England and Regency romances are very popular on Amazon US. And that particular period in England, what is it about it that we love? I mean, I know my feelings, but I was talking to her about that, and she gave to me a perspective that I had never known before, that I thought was really interesting, and it was power, wealth. The women who are in the heroines of Regency England have houses and servants and coaches and money and titles and jewels and dresses that are tailor-made. And I just thought, that's really interesting. And I do like that part of the books. I do like the hierarchy of the women and what they have to do and what they're in charge of. I love, I don't know, what about you? When you read a romance, what is it for you? I know when I write or read a romance, I am all about the formula. I love a strong heroine with an equally strong male. Alpha males are my thing. I'm married to an alpha male in beta clothing. And that's because he's the perfect balance for me, because on the outside I'm extremely controlling and vivacious, and I look like I crave attention. And in a lot of ways I do, don't get me wrong. But I'm also very feminine, and that's another aspect to this whole why we crave romance thing, And I hate to say it, but I think it's a bit of a daddy complex, I want to feel cherished. I want to feel like I'm everything, that without me, everything would fall apart. And even if it's true, I want them to want to know it, to want to fight it, and then to finally give in to it. And ultimately, in Regency romance, that's what you get. They fight the feelings, they have the attraction, and then they finally accept it. And not only that, I love Regency romance in series, because I want to see that go beyond the happily ever after. I want to see what he's like with his children. I want to see what she's like, what kind of woman she comes into. One of my favorite authors is Stephanie Lawrence, and she wrote The Devil's Bride, and that is the first book in the Sinster series. And I love that book because you get to see his wife, Honoria, I think is how you pronounce her name. And there are a lot of Sinster books, so I may even have her wrong. Honoria Prudence, that's what it is. She is the matriarch of the Sinster line, and she's a freaking hoot. And I just love to be able to see her in these other books and see how these other men in his family react to her, and they're like, holy crap. She says it, we're going to do it. And it's not so much And it's in a revered, not a feared, not a let's shut the woman up so we don't have to deal with her. It is in a revered aspect. And I think it really kind of boils down to that. It's about being loved, cherished, and revered. And I know that that sounds almost cocky or self-absorbed, but in reality, as a woman, we're vulnerable. And in society today, we live with so much responsibility, more so emotionally than women in past generations. And if for just a few days, all we can do is fall between the pages of a book, to be able to find that relief, to be able to imagine and de-stress, I don't give a damn what anyone says about romance. I'm going to do what I need and what I love to do. And I don't know about you, but I'm real happy to be there sometimes. So what about you? What's romance for you? Why do you love it? Why do you want it? What does it do for you? What does it stir within you?